NDLEA arrested a Vietnam-born businessman, Paul Mbadugha, at Abuja airport for ingesting 88 wraps of cocaine weighing 1.71 kg. He was caught during a flight clearance to Vietnam. Additionally, NDLEA intercepted various drugs shipments, including cannabis in noodles at Lagos airport, and seized a large consignment of loud from Canada in Port Harcourt, 892,400 bottles of cocaine syrup worth over 6 billion naira were confiscated. Several arrests were made across Nigeria, including in Ekiti, Ogun, and Enugu State, for various drugs-related offenses. NDLEA chairman commended the officers for their efforts. Wow. 88 cannabis in someone's stomach. Is that not dangerous?
I would have to say that we understand that drug trafficking is a trans-border crime. It's an international crime. It's across border, and these things, you know, it's not just peculiar to Nigeria, but the rate at which we go into it these days is too much. You know, as a Nigerian, if you are trying to fly abroad, in fact, you go through extra scrutiny. Extra scrutiny.
Because of drug trafficking?
Yes, drug trafficking and several other criminal acts. No, in fact, the moment you mention that you are a Nigerian, you are a suspect already. Just that name. We can no longer freely do business with other countries.
Is it just Nigerians?
Ours is worse.
Ours is worse?
Worse. They are very careful with every other African countries, but ours is worse. That is why you see some of our people now going to Ghana, moving to Togo, Benin Republic, to from there propagate, you know, their evil acts. Because, in fact, once you are in Nigeria and you're doing business from or doing anything from Nigeria, everybody sees you as a criminal. Now, imagine how far this young man has to go to, you know, to make money. Just look at it. He never considered the danger involved. Imagine if that thing, you know, tears up or bursts in his system.
But did you see the amount of money? 6 billion naira.
You know,
these drugs are worth 6 billion naira.
That is why people are going into it. What are the causes of drug trafficking? Number one, greed. Number two, lack of proper education. Number three is the failure of government, unemployment. People go there because they are hungry. You know, they want to make quick money. You know, how much, which kind of business will you do in Nigeria that will fetch you that amount of money, you know, even in how many years? But that is just one transporting. You can make that amount of money. Because of quick money, greed, people want to go. And when we are complaining that our government should do things, put things in place that will make the country better, so that people can at least see 3 square meals to eat and be comfortable, we think it's a joke. You know, lack of all of these basic amenities drive people into crime and criminality. They want to force their way to balling with the big boys. You know, they want to force their way to the table where the men are seated. So because of this, they can go people can now do anything in this country to make money.
Okay, so will you say that NDLEA and the federal government are really willing and ready to fight drug abuse and drug trafficking in our country? Because Mr. A has been caught at the airport. Mr. A is a messenger to someone.
Yes.
And also Mr. B bought it from Mr. C. Mr. C is the manufacturer. We also have do you understand?
Truly.
It's looking like a chain.
Yes, it's a chain.
So if they can get one person, why can't they get the rest? Why are they always waiting at the airport when during when people are...
That is, what some of us see, and we say that they're not really doing so much as regarding this. Because when it comes to drug trafficking like this, you have to go down to its root, where it is being manufactured. Is
it that they don't know where the root is, or they are not just willing to go to get it? Because I remember that House of Reps said if they must fight drug in Nigeria, they have to go to the root.
That is just, there's no gainsaying about it. There's no two ways
about it. So is it that they don't know where the root? The root is not in our country, or where, what exactly is going on?
This one, is it not export? He was exporting it. So you can see that we have places where these things are done in this country. It's just that it's seeming that they are not yet ready, because for you to break into some of these should I call it covens now, where these things are being are happening, it takes force, because these people pay heavily to securities, not necessarily Nigerian. They have their own security, and they equip them properly. So by the time you are coming, you should be ready for war. How many of the NDLEA members are ready to put their life, at stake? So they prefer waiting for these people at the airport when they are, coming in or going out with this drug, and they can easily just catch them like
Is it only through airports that they carry drugs? Is it only through airports?
So you look at our custom services, some of these persons have actually failed in their duties, because, these things are coming in on a daily basis. Even as we speak here, somebody is smuggling through our different airports, is coming into the seaports, our land borders, and there is nothing. So they need to up their game. They seriously need to up their game. Look at the one they said was confiscated. What are they doing with it? Because some of these persons go back and release this content into the market again. Yes.
No, they bond them now.
How many of them? How many of them do they bond? Is it not? It's when you're according to what we say in the local palace, your hand no clap now. When you don't know somebody, that is when they will burn your goods worth 6 billion. It's when you don't know who to call now.
So,
if you know who to call, by the time they get to yes now. That is why this kind of business will not stop. If you know who to call in this country, you put a call across and they release it. It goes. It's just those that probably, that man there now, do you think they have not asked him to, okay, how much do you have to settle? If you carry go office now, you go papers like this, so how much will you get to settle? More allow you. That is just what is killing this country.
But that is what you think,
the corruption is too much. It's what you also know. So state it. The corruption in this country is too much.
I know there is a particular governor that said from one of the B states that said that he has seen where these things are planted.
Okay.
The forest, he knows about it. And we have waited for him to say something concerning that.
Okay.
We have not heard anything
the
so far.
For that matter.
Maybe they are fighting it underground, and then later they will come to tell us what the solution has been. So we're still waiting. And for those people that are involved in drug trafficking, they say 1 day for the honor, right? And then 99 days. I don't know whether that thing still works. Who knows? All right, so we'll just go on a very short break. When we return, we'll look at the rest of our stories. Do stay with us.